Welcome to my channel Art Book Nook. My name is Kay and I review art and craft books. Today I'm going to review Cosy Days, the Art of Iraville. I'm really sorry about my pronunciation of the artist's name. As a native English speaker, I'm really struggling with it and I do apologise. I've watched the video on Iraville's YouTube channel and I'm still struggling. I'm not being disrespectful, I have tried. At least now I'm calling the artist Iraville, whereas before I was actually calling her Iraville. So there's been some slight improvement. So this is a hardback book printed on quality paper by a publisher called 3D Total Publishing. And they plant one tree for every book sold, which is really lovely, isn't it? So Iraville's book is a little bit different. In it, she teaches you how to make your own watercolours and how to make your own sketchbook. So let's take a look, shall we? In the introduction, Iraville introduces you to her book. She is a freelance artist from Munich in Germany. She makes a lovely statement where she says, in times where a lot of people emphasise the differences between everyone and are in favour of borders, Iraville says, art knows no borders, it's universal. Of all the qualities art has, she thinks this is its finest. In the About Me pages, Iraville tells us a little bit about her story, her background in art, and the things that inspire her. She explored lots of different tools and techniques and mediums, but fell in love with watercolours because the painting process itself was so unique and fun, and loves to watch different colours flow into each other. I think that's what everybody loves about watercolour. Iraville explains her painting process and explains that finding your own style takes time, and comments that during these times where we all seem to be living digital lives, it's understandable that you may have a desire for real and natural things, which is apparent in the revival of an appreciation of things that are handmade or analogue. In this chapter, Iraville will give us a little tour of her studio space and show us some of the tools and materials that she likes to use. And each photograph in the book is accompanied by a detailed explanation. Here we have paper, pencils and brushes, followed by watercolour paints, some of which Iraville actually hand makes herself. We've now arrived at the first of 5 gallery sections in Iraville's book. This one is about painting people and characters. Here, Iraville would like to share her little bits of personal wisdom that she's learned in her career so far, and that you may find useful to yourself if you're finding your way with art, especially if you're just beginning with watercolours. In this chapter, Iraville explains her painting process, and we have a very detailed step-by-step demonstration of a watercolour painting entitled Spring Day. Each step is accompanied by a photograph, and Iraville provides a lot of detail explaining exactly what she's doing. She says the only way to learn and to develop your own style is to try things out and experiment for yourself. And by doing so, in the end, you'll find your own unique way of doing things. And here we have the final painting. It's lovely, isn't it? And this is the second gallery section of Iraville's beautiful landscape paintings. We've now arrived at a very exciting chapter, Make Your Own Watercolours, and Iraville explains why she likes to make them herself. I've not come across this in a watercolour book before, and I'm really interested to have a look myself and learn how to do this. I think this would be really fun to try. I'd love to have a go. What about you? Have you ever made your own watercolours? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be really interested and love to know how you got on with it. We've now arrived at a gallery of Iraville's animal paintings. I love the birds, they just make me smile. Now Iraville teaches us how to make our own watercolour sketchbook, saying there's many advantages to making one for yourself. You can choose your favourite watercolour paper, your preferred size and orientation, landscape or portrait, and also the thickness. If you buy the paper in the form of separate sheets rather than as a pad, it's also often cheaper than a regular watercolour sketchbook. And last but not least, it's a lovely thing to be able to draw and paint in your very own unique book. What follows now is a gallery of Iraville's paintings of buildings. She then shows us inside her own sketchbook and explains how she uses it in her work. We then have a gallery of plants that Iraville has painted, and then she shows us how to create our very own homemade paper stretcher. Iraville thanks everyone who has made this book possible and for everyone else who's followed her and supported her. And there's a little bit of information about 3D Total Publishing. Remember, as I stated at the beginning of this video, they donate one tree for every copy of this book that's sold. Well, I personally think this is a very interesting book. It's not a beginner's how to watercolour book, but it's more about the working practice of Iraville, and I found these sections on how to make your own watercolours and your own sketchbook very interesting. Certainly something that I would like to have a go at doing both actually. In the description below I've put a link to Iraville's YouTube channel where she has lots of tutorials for you to enjoy. I've also linked to her Facebook and Instagram accounts, and you'll find links to where you can buy yourself a copy of this lovely book. I'd love to know what you think of it in the comments below, and also if you've ever made your own sketchbook or handmade watercolours, please let us know in the comments below. I'm sure other people would be interested to know how you got on as well and what you think to them. I hope you found my review helpful. If you did, please give this video a like. It helps YouTube promote my channel to other people who are interested in art books. I try and post a new art book review every single week, so if you'd like to see more reviews from me, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And if you found this review helpful, please leave me a comment below. I do reply to all comments. And if there's an art book that you'd like to see, let me know and I will do my best to review it for you. So thank you for watching, and until next time, happy painting.